Give us your daily solutions. No, never! We'll hold out forever, you robot bastards! Terminate.
All right, welcome. This is Graham.
And this is Ashkahn.
And today's question is, I think I need to raise my prices, but I'm scared of losing customers. Any tips?
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's a scary thing, raising your price. I don't blame you.
Yep, so you're right. You should be terrified. It's always a nerve-wracking thing going through raising your prices.
Yeah, good. All right, I'm glad we answered that one.
Yep. All right, see you next week. Yeah, so we've gone through price raises ourselves at Float On.
Twice now.
And we were probably coming up on a third, so this one is also actually fresh on our minds as well. And I mean, I assume it doesn't say here, but I assume what you're scared of is, it does say you're scared of losing customers because the price has gone up.
Yep.
And that is, I mean, every price raise that we've done, we get some emails from people who say, oh, I was really enjoying your spot, but I don't think I can pay these new prices.
Yep.
So that's a very valid concern. But I will say that the number of those responses that we get is not that many.
Yeah, at least so far it hasn't been.
Again, coming up on a price raise ourselves, we're also terrified. So you might have heard that in Ashkahn's voice just now. Right. We haven't really, and in fact, even after raising our prices, we have not seen any kind of significant drop in attendance so far. And so I guess we should say we initially started with charging $40 for 90-minute floats.
Yeah, long time ago.
A long time ago.
2010, we just opened.
And that lasted for about 3 months.
Yeah.
And we realized that was not going to actually pay the bills. So we raised it up to $50.
And that lasted quite a while, right? So we were $50 until
probably
2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another 4 years or so.
End of 2015.
4.5 years. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And we raised it up from $50 to $65. So that's the last price raise that we've actually done so far.
Mm-hmm.
And that one we pulled off really well. So we can definitely give you some tips that worked for us from that one.
Yeah, for sure.
So one of the things that I like doing is actually explaining why you're raising your prices. I think a lot of people would assume that you're raising your prices just to kind of make more money on an already profitable business. And lots of times when float centers are considering raising their prices, it's because they're not making ends meet as much as they wanted, or because salt destroys way more things than you thought it was going to, and the amount of repairs you have to do is higher than you expected, or you want to raise the salaries on your staff members, or whatever it is. Oftentimes it's not just we're being greedy and we want to extract even more money from our customers, right? So some way to explain that is good.
Yeah, definitely. And we've done that both times, and that's always been met very warmly from people who've read it. I think it really does create a kind of, I don't know, puts people on our side somehow in it. They're like, oh man, I think the first time one of our things was just we had no idea how much laundry we had to do and how expensive laundry is. And people were emailing us being like, that's crazy, man. Yeah, the laundry sounds totally nuts. So
it's good. And what we do, we'll let people know a little in advance too, right? So we'll give people a heads up that we're going to be raising our prices on a certain day. And usually we'll let people know, a good month and a half, even a couple months in advance, maybe our members a little bit sooner than that. And that gives people a chance to, A, come to terms with it and understand that, the price isn't just going up immediately.
Right.
And B, for you to run some kind of discount or special or grandfather members in or whatever you're going to do kind of leading up to that point as well. So kind of encouraging people to get cheap floats while they can.
Yeah. And really that even swings into kind of encouraging a lot of float sales and especially membership sales. That was one of the things that worked really well for us was, we announced our price raise and very clearly said that, any memberships purchased before that date will continue at their existing price. And not only did that make a bunch of people buy memberships, but also those people who then had those memberships were way less likely to cancel them than our normal members are because they felt like they'd be losing their kind of awesome grandfathered in membership rate.
Yeah, we actually, in the process of doing our last price raise, we actually added on about 65, 70 members during the process just for grandfathering them in. So there is an upside, which is it can be a really nice encouragement for people to get memberships. And also what we do is we force people to keep their membership if they want to keep that grandfathered rate. So it was actually for us a good way to get members that stick around too. We actually still have members who are,
Right.
even though that was at this point 2.5 years ago, who are still on that same deal because they don't want to let it go and have to pay new membership amounts
for sure.
if they redo it.
And we're nice to people. If they need to deposit for like a month or two, we're not like, you're out. Like,
That's right. They just have to slip us a little hundy over the counter and we'll take care of them.
But yeah, I mean, so last time we did it, we also lined it up with the kind of holiday December season. And so it was kind of like a double duty discount we were doing.
The triple Ds,
Triple
huh?
D, yeah. Patent or trademark is coming on that one here. But the triple D that we did was, we usually give some sort of discount in December on gift cards as well. And it kind of served this function of also making a really nice, affordable way for people to get floats. So it's like, guess, our prices are raising, but guess what? For the next month, you can pay even less than our normal prices are if you want to like stock up on floats.
Yeah, so I'd say like the full path that worked really well for us was planning it around that discount season and basically saying, okay, it's beginning of October. We're just letting people know that we're going to be raising our prices at the beginning of December. And then we hit December and we're like, okay, our prices are raised, but we're also doing discounted floats for the entire month. So there's a month where the prices have already gone up, where people are still able to get them at this discounted rate. And then January rolls around and now it's back up to the new full price. But I think because you kind of did this staged rollout of gathering awareness, making people know, then raising the prices at the same time they can still get cheap floats, and then that just transitions into, okay, now prices are a little higher. It's like, it seems nicer than, again, just one day springing all of a sudden, okay, we're charging $80 for floats now.
Yeah. And I think the general lesson too is just be super nice to people. We were like very generous in terms of that price raise. Like if someone wanted to buy a membership and it was a week after we raised our prices and they asked us if they could get in under that old price, we would let them. We just were as flexible as we could be to kind of remove that pain point, because it doesn't last that long. There's really only so much time that people are like trying to squeeze in that old price or get a deal or this, like, we're talking like a few weeks to a month where you're kind of in that overlap zone. So just deciding to be nice for that period of time, I think, helps kind of ease that transition.
For sure. If you do get emails coming in from people who are upset about the price raise and say, hey, I really enjoyed coming in, I don't think I can afford it at the new price, like reach out to them and just offer them. It's like, hey, well, we can't do this forever, but, for the next month or whatever, feel free to stock up on as many floats as you want at that old price. Like, I appreciate that you're a regular customer and we want to take care of you, but we need to make ends meet.
And that's nice that, we talk about discounts a lot on this show and how to give them and
how
why
we
they can
don't like them.
how we don't like them and how they need to be justified, ideally, is kind of the best way to do a discount. And this is just a great built-in justification. Like, everybody understands they're not going to be able to contact you in a year and be like, hey, can I still get your like old price of floats? Like, it has this very built-in kind of logic to why they're getting a discount for this particular moment in time and why they won't be getting it in the future.
And I guess the last thing that worked really well for us, it's kind of going back around to the very first piece of advice we gave you. But when you're kind of giving people all these details and letting them know that you're raising your price and everything like that, we found it was really useful. I mean, you don't want to sound like you're just making excuses for yourself by writing a giant explanation in your price raise email, saying exactly why you needed to do it. And we found it was really beneficial to us to actually make a web page on our site that detailed the reasons we were doing a price raise. And that was probably about a page and a half long of actually just sort of a letter to our customers and our members saying, hey, we wish we could give floats away for free all the time, we don't even want to charge money, but we need to because of these reasons. And then when we sent out an email, we just let people know, hey, there's this price raise coming. If you want to read more about the reasons behind it, click here and view our website. And that's a really nice way to get all that information out there without just, again, seeming like you're making excuses or bombarding them with all of these reasons in what should be a relatively brief email.
Right. And I guess let's talk about the email a little bit too, because what we did not do was email our full customer list or anything.
Right.
We weren't sending an email out to everyone who's ever floated with us. One, because you don't want to do that. I mean, there's probably a lot of people who are never going to come back to float, and you're just like, hey, guess what? Things are slightly worse for you now. Like, it's not a fun email to send out. But what we did do is email our mailing list, specifically the people who had actually kind of opted in to hear from us. So that, and I think we posted some stuff on social media
Yeah, just a
And,
little bit. Might even have been linking back to that web page, and then also emailing, of course, our members,
Right.
and letting them know that something's coming up. Because, and really, that's like kind of a nice thing for members. It's like, hey, you get to keep this member price even though our prices are going up.
Right.
So, hopefully, that's not bad news for them.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Again, yeah, I think you're totally right to be terrified. It's a very scary thing, but if you put the right amount of thought going into it, and hopefully, if you go into it like with this idea that you need to do it and trying to get customers on your side, hopefully it works out really well for you.
Yeah, and for us it did. We honestly got emails back from customers like happy for us, being like, yeah, like we're really, good for you for raising your prices. It sounds like your business needs that. It was like a huge amount of positive feedback came from us presenting this price raise in that way.
Which is so unexpected. I mean, we got more compliments on us raising our prices and people feeling good for us than we did complaints.
Yeah.
Which totally blew my mind. So
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that puts you at ease a little bit.
Yeah, so we're gonna bump it up to $1,000 a float now and see how many compliments we can.
As long as it's
really
gone
get out
well
of
every
people.
time in the past, right?
Yeah,
Why put a
seems like
limit on
makes
it?
sense. All right. Well, if you guys have other questions for us, you can always go to floattanksolutions.com/
podcast.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. And we will answer them. We're going to answer your questions.
Podcast.
Bye.